pre-practice. So we'll have an updated report for you afterwards. But yeah, we'll be shells. We'll be in shells today. It'll be an abbreviated, what we would call a winter Thursday schedule. So.
Mike Todd Archer of ESPN. It's a fairly obvious question, but can you talk about the impact that Saquon's had on that team the entire season?
Yeah, definitely. I was just talking about it earlier. He's just taking their run game, which was always very good, to a whole different level. Not only the consistency, but able to hit the home runs, you hit the big runs. So he's playing at an extremely high level, and you tend to. As we know, playing against him every year, he's an exceptional receiver too, coming out of the backfield. So, dynamic player, having a huge year.
John Machado with The Athletic. What do you see from their two young DBs? I mean, being rookies and playing at the level that they are.
Yeah, very impressive. I think it's something clearly coming out of our game. I thought they played well, playing very, very consistent. And I think, the natural is when you go against a rookie and you have the veteran like Slay on the other side, the natural reaction is to go towards the rookie more. And I think both those guys really have played at a very high level for rookies.
And then what's the top thing that stands out to you about Jalen Carter?
Too much. He's definitely very gifted. There's a clip. Just his balance, his strength. He has it all. So, just a powerful inside player. Has excellent range too. So, he's definitely someone that you have to keep four hands on at all times.
Okay.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How difficult will it be to prepare for either Hurts or Pickett on Sunday?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, for us, just playing a lot of football against Jalen. So you do have a pretty clear understanding how he's going to play. He played obviously very well against us in the first game. Was able to get out of the pocket way too much in the first game. So if he plays, that's something we definitely got to do a better job of. And then really, we're spending more time on Pickett, and obviously his play in the Washington game and so forth. So just watching what's going on there and understanding, they signed a third quarterback to the practice squad. So just paying attention to what's going on this week.
Tommy
Arch, DallasCowboys.com. Like Jerry said on Tuesday, that with injuries like CD's with his shoulder, with 2 games left, it's kind of up to the player as to whether or not they want to go the rest of the year. Have you talked to CD at all, or any indication on what he wants to do?
Yeah, I think that's really what today's for. And that's one of the things that we need to work through today. That's why the practice is the way it is, and a part of working on Monday, Tuesday, and then having Wednesday off. So we're going to need more time to sort through that.
Josh.
Josh Tolentino, Lone Star Live. How would you assess Mozzie Smith's development, over the past couple of months in comparison to the end of his rookie year?
I think just like any player in his second year, he's clearly taken a step since last year. I think he's being asked to do to play differently. He's had a really good off season, so I'm very happy with the way he's played.
Garrett
Podell, CBS Sports. Mike, Cooper's first start this season was against Philadelphia back in Week 10. Where have you seen him grow the most since that start entering the game?
Well, I just think the biggest thing is, when you're the backup now, you get all the reps. So he's just a lot more comfortable in everything that we're doing game plan wise. So that obviously that was a tough day for all of us, and and it started early. So, but he's clearly playing at a much better level right now.
Dave.
Like you mentioned, like today with Lamb and some others, but that's what today is for, to kind of work through. You're still playing to win these games, but like you say, in individual situations, you go with each player and go, hey, how are we going to finish this out with you, and what do you feel comfortable doing? I guess the conversation.
I think the biggest thing is, just you watch what use CD for example, what he went through, Sunday night into the Tampa game. So every injury is going to be evaluated. So the player and the medical staff there's always collaboration on that, second opinions, and all those things on any injury that gets to a certain level. So that process won't change. I'm just being real here. Monday was their day off. Tuesday was Wednesday. So if you would have been down there Monday and Tuesday, I mean, you play on a Sunday night, and that was a physical football game. So we had a lot of guys moving through here Monday, Tuesday, and so we'll have a better handle on it once we get through today.
And the other thing is we talk about a lot of younger players getting more time late in the season when teams don't run. But in some cases, like a Guyton, who is more about just going through the practice and doing things, can it actually help a young player at some point to kind of step back and look at things rather than play early after he's played for where he is? Or
Sorry, we play early.
well, I mean, he played early.
Oh, he played
struggled
early in
a
the
little
year?
bit. Yeah, and now he hadn't played as much these last couple of games. In some cases, does it actually help a young player to step back and look at things?
I think maybe in theory, but also Tyler was dealing with numerous injuries, not just one injury. So he's had a lot to deal with and a lot to work through. I think he's done a great job battling back. So, but having him and Chuma available has worked out well for us. And so we'll see how the week goes. And but most importantly, having both those guys ready to go is important.
Is Kendricks in a similar situation as CD? He's battling back some stuff, and you got some young kids who you want to see play a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, ever who's healthy is going to play. I mean, we're that's what it'll come down to. I mean, we're not having tryouts for young guys. That's not the mode here at all. So, and like I said, we didn't. This is a little different week. So we're not a day behind, but we're not where we normally are coming out of a Wednesday. You get pretty good information when you practice on Wednesday. So, as far as the status of the 48, so. We'll know more today once we get off the practice field.
Jasmine, Dallas Cowboys Media. Coach McCarthy, I'm sorry if this is too similar of a question, but I was wondering, with your emphasis on player health and safety, how do you make game decisions when you have players who want to play through injuries and obvious pain, but you're balancing competitiveness with making sure that their health and safety aren't compromised? And would you say that your philosophy on that has evolved over time for any reason?
Well, I think like anything, we've been working together since April, most of these guys. So, I mean, everybody has a relationship, with the trainer, the strength staff. There's a lot that goes into this, but, players are not forced to play. And that's why you have the return to practice group, you have the rehab group. So there's a process, there's protocols that are in place to ensure that. So, because I think it's even been heightened even more with the 17-game season and so forth. So that part hasn't changed, because of our record. I mean, we'll go through the week, and the 48 players that we feel give us the best chance to win the game that are healthy, we'll play.
Alrighty, thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you.